starting off giving all glory, all praise to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, God of Israel, to the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, my Hebrew name that I have deemed is Yashar, okay? Yashar. It means, I forgot that fast. It means, hold on, let me go to my message. I just wanted to, get that out real quick. So, first I was saying Kyle, now I'm saying Yashar. But as, found out that your Hebrew name comes from the characteristics of you. And Yashar, it means straight and upright. So Yashar Mashiach, straight, upright, and anointed. And I feel like that stuck with me. But with that was just on the side, you know what I'm saying? But today's lesson is titled, Who is the Lord's Portion? And waking up today out, and I was like, okay, what's my lesson gonna be about today? I went over some prophecies last week, week before last, 2 weeks ago. Last week was we serve Yahawashi. We are Yahawashis. And so just going over my notes, scrolling through a few of my notes, a few of my scripts or precepts that I wrote down. Okay, I'm gonna base this topic on who is the Lord's portion. And with that, we can answer that question right through the scripts. So we're gonna get to it. It's Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19 and 20. 19 says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So it says the portion of Jacob, which is the portion of Jacob is Israel, sons of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, is not like them. And when it says not like them, it's talking about these other nations. We're not like them. We are the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? We are the smartest ones here. And I know you have people like, oh man, y'all ain't smart. Look at y'all these days. Yeah, that's because we've been beaten down. You feel me? I even got those scripts coming up. But we've been beaten down for the things that we've done against our God. Okay, but come on, man. We was rulers, kings. You know what I'm saying? Princes and princes, princesses and princes, queens. You feel me? Like, man, we had it going back then. We ruled our own kingdom. You feel me? So it's not like them. He is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. Right. So when that time comes in new heavens and in that new earth, we gonna break apart these nations. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no nation ruling over Israel. Not Edom, not Moab, Ammon, Elam, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right now it is, because you look across the street, it's a corner store owned by the Indians. They got everybody pumping their gas and buying their candy and cups and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Edomites, they rule the world, you feel me? Especially in America. Moabites, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna go to them for their little Chinese food and shit like that. And I don't even eat Chinese food no more, man. I'm real skeptical about them. Fuck them, shit. But the Lord said that we're his battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. And that time is gonna come. We gotta be real patient. But it's on the verge of coming, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, nobody knows the day. It could be 6 months from now, a year from now, a year and a half, 2 years from now. But guess what, man? We getting there, man. And I even got some scripts talking about, I keep going to get to it. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 17, verse 17 to 19. Verse 17 says, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. Right? Blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. So we don't serve any other guys. We don't go to idolatry, okay? I know a lot of, I don't know a lot, but not personally, but it's a lot of brothers that go to the Muslim religion, or all their life had Christian, or that's really the two main ones that Israel gonna seek after: Christianity and being a Muslim. And you got some people that they go on that Satan worship, satanic worship and shit, okay? Those are for the people that goes back to those roots, okay? We ain't supposed to be worshiping no Buddha, no motherfucking the Antichrist or none of that, whatever the Muslims be on. We ain't supposed to be worshiping no Jesus Christ, okay? Our God is Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Okay, which Yahweh, it would be the Most High. Yahawashi, our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi Mashiach. Because it says, but Israel is the Lord's portion, right? So you don't want your kids claiming somebody else they dad. What type of shit is that? Your kid, your teacher, they teacher asks them, who's your dad? You want them to say, you expect them to say, you would think for them to say, oh, that's my dad. Not, oh, that's my dad right there. Oh, that white guy is your dad? Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Can't be around here claiming a false God, a white God. Come on, that's about dumbest, man. I mean, when you're in the truth, you walk to these things, but come on, man. If you got majority of us in America, us blacks, even Latins and Native Americans, but I'm really speaking on the blacks right now. Do you really think your God is a white God? Do you really think that? Do you really think that? What has a white God ever done for you? Lead you into slavery, beat your ass, rape, robbery, and murder, broken up, divided the house, the Israelite household. You really think you still think your God is a white guy? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think a white God gonna be cracking the sky either. And I know he not. You know what I'm saying? The man is brown skin. Revelations chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, I believe. I want to be right. That describes the Lord and what he looks like. Let me go ahead before I continue. I want to be right. Let me continue. Before I continue, let me make sure that's right. Revelations chapter 1, verse 14. Yep. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, which fine brass is brown, as if they burned in the furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Right. That's why anytime you know what I'm saying, you came up whether you came up in a two-parent household or not, but anytime your dad spoke, you heard him, you listened. It wasn't no, hey son, come here. It was, hey, think about how deep our voices get. That's exactly for the Lord. His voice gonna be so damn shit. Just wait till that sky crack. You really hear what anger is. Just wait for that. Where we at? Ecclesiastes chapter 17, verse 18. Whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, do not forsake him. Right? So he said he would never forsake us for the sake of our forefathers. Okay. And nourish us with discipline, because honestly, if we didn't get chastised or disciplined as Israel, even the ones, okay, when you come into this truth, you know better to do things, to do certain things, to not do certain things. But even when you're not in this truth, man, if he didn't discipline us like he did, we'd probably dead right now, man. Because Israel don't have no filter. They don't think about what they do. They don't think about it. They just do it. You feel me? I mean, that ain't no fun, man. I ain't trying to read no Bible, man. Bro, adultery, bro. What does that even mean, bro? That mean if you a married man, you can't do that with another. Nah, man. You feel me? But that's where his mercy comes in there. But especially for when you're not in this truth, that's when you get the curses like a motherfucker. But when you're in this truth and you start, turn your life around, that's when the mercy, he disciplines you. Cause it says, the chastising of the Lord, be thankful for that, because the Lord chastises you. That's only for the better. I had to learn that. I'm not gonna say the hard way, but I can say the hard way, I guess. But it's all for the better, because I'm not out here doing the stupid shit I was doing. I'm not out here, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I cleaned up a lot, and you got to thank Yahawashi for that. When he's dealing with you, it's none other, man. That's the spirit of the Lord Himself dealing with you. He's in me just as He's in you, and that's beautiful. Therefore, this is verse 19. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before Him. His eyes are continually upon their ways. Right? Everything we do, whether good or bad, mediocre, well, ain't no mediocre, good or bad, is watched. The Lord see it. The angels, they see it, and they report it to the Lord. Right? So remember, I told you, His Spirit is with us. His Spirit thrives with us. And some things that we might do, we do them, we be like, man, I shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? That was unrighteous. Shouldn't have did that. You know, some things we do, we like, man, like not on no private shit, not on other shit, but I know the Lord seen me like that was good that I did that. You feel me? Like, and that makes him proud. When we do good, when we do righteous, that makes him proud. That's what he wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we thrive for. We're gonna go down to Psalms chapter 147. Psalms 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation. Like I say, not no Edomite, not no Elamite, not no Ammonite, not no Moabite, not no Hamite, not no nothingite, except for Israelite. Because we're his chosen, we're his portion. So there's no way you could be a Hamite. And yeah, man, nope, you're not. Now, of course, as you know, a lot of people know, on the as you can say, the west side of Africa, west coast of Africa, you know, they're Israelites, and then that just comes in with more studying and more edification. Find out who those actual Israelites in Africa are. But cause we all across the four corners of the earth. But ain't no man, Jesus for everybody, and Jesus for everybody, Yahawashi ain't for everybody. He only for Israel. If your dad is not an Israelite, if your dad is not a black man, a Latin, Latino man, or a Native American, you're not Israelite. Your mom could be black, your dad white. You're an Edomite. It's a lot of these females, they get crazy talking about some yeah, that's my son, and my what they say? Yeah, I had him for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? And that's my son. I got control over him, and bitch, you don't have no type of seeds, okay? Cause you could find you any, like, put it like this. You could find you any place to plant a tree, right? You could plant it over here in this little piece of land, over there in that piece of land, over there in that piece of land. Wherever you plant the tree, that's where the seed is gonna be at, okay? So any one of these females, and I don't know other shit, but I can have 3 females and I pick one. That's where I plant my seed at. You didn't get a seed, okay? So I'm not gonna say meaningless. You have a job, and that's to build that seed up, But the man has a seed, okay? Man has a seed. Man gives a seed. So yes, man. You know what I'm saying? That's off top, letting you know, like, all that I had him for 9 bullshit. Okay, cool. That's only excuse for you, cause not even knowing that 9 months of pain and suffering and 3-year pregnancy, that's a curse put on the Israelite woman. And of course, they don't want to know. They don't want to learn that. You know what I'm saying? But what was I getting at though? Oh yeah, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Okay. So, the white man don't. You know what I'm saying? He had his little blessings because he was already blessed off top, given the dew of the heavens of the earth. You feel me? But Yahawashi not dealing with them. He'll punish them. You know what I'm saying? He'll punish them as far as how the world moves and how this world works. Of fatal car crashes or getting killed by another white man. Or, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers be like, yeah, praise Jesus, man. I just struck the lottery for 50,000. Or okay, that wasn't Yahawashi blessing towards you. That's because you're Edomite and you already had a blessing on the earth. Okay. And that, like I say, man, that Jesus Christ shit, that's out the door because that's fake anyway. That was a man, Cesare Borgias, who was gay. His dad was gay. We worshiping a gay god around here? What the fuck you on? Oh, you can't tell nobody that though. They don't know. What are you talking about? Alright, yeah, I can't. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Go to Romans. This is the one I was really getting at because I pulled this up and I like this script. Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings, listen to this. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worth to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay. So the things we're going through right now, the vexation and the sufferings and the hardships and the bills and the laws and you gotta pay this amount back and that. And I'm striving the truth as hard as I can. It feel like I gotta carry my cross. The sufferings of this present, and trust me, believe me, if you in the truth, you ain't got it nearly as bad. You ain't got it anyway as bad as the next motherfucker that ain't in the truth. Cause I don't give a fuck, they got $1 million what 10,000 in their bank account. Motherfuckers getting hit with all types of curses. If you in this truth, take that as a spiritual blessing, physical blessing, and mental blessing. Don't worry about the next man. I had to stop doing that, and I had to tell people, don't be worry about the next person, what they got going on. Because at the end of the day, you can't take bread to your grave. You can't take, when I say bread, I mean money. You can't take money to your grave. Neither can you take that money to heaven with you. But your spiritual bank account can be filled, so don't even worry about it, you feel me? Because what does Romans chapter 8, verse 18 say? For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worth to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. That's beautiful. Alright. Where we at? We go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day. That's why we're here right now. That's why we're here right now. And matter of fact, that whole, because I only wrote in Deuteronomy chapter 29, I only wrote one script down, but I already knew I was going to go back to it with my second phone. But I'm gonna bring out some more, hopefully time willing. So I'm at 16 minutes right now, but it's a lot of space on this phone. So hopefully I can bring these other scripts out. Deuteronomy, where are you? Okay, 29, 20, 28. So I'm gonna just start at 28, like I just read. Nope, I'm gonna start at 25. The men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, for they went and served other gods, and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book, curses of Deuteronomy. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, Babylon the Great, as it is this day. The secret things, and not only Babylon, but like I said, we spread across all four corners of the earth. And I could only imagine being an Israelite living like Japan or something, or Russia. That shit would suck. Unless you just up, but motherfucker ain't up. You over there, shit. You supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? All in actuality, you still supposed to be in Jerusalem. Shit, hey, see how that went. The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of his law. And what those things revealed unto us? The law, statutes, and commandments, okay, which we're supposed to follow. And I was going to bring out something else in Deuteronomy that I didn't write down, okay? Deuteronomy I wrote down chapter 30, verse 16, but I'm going to start at, I'm going to read 1 to 3. Okay, I'm going to read 1 to 3. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1. It shall come to pass, when all these things shall come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Right. And we all know about the curses and blessings of Deuteronomy, but the Lord said, if we return to obey his voice, this day, which that was really whatever day, that you woke up in this truth, the Lord will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. Because we know the Lord's compassion is great and his mercy is great. And will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether he did have scattered thee. Let's see. Verse 4, if any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. So he gonna round all us back up, you feel me? Starting with the elect, starting with the 144,000. Wherever we at, we gonna round us all back up. And where we gonna go? Boom, new heaven and new earth, Mount Zion, man. That's what we waiting on. Verse 5, and the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, Jerusalem, Yasharallah, and thou shalt, but New Jerusalem, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers, right? That's where all them blessings come in. That's where that, I think in the book of Matthew, it talks about losing everything in this truth and gaining it back 100-fold in the time to come. Matthew chapter 24, I believe. But yeah, man, and then I'm gonna close out with Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 16. And that I command thee this day to love thee, the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou go to possess it. Right, man. And that's this whole time, that's what we striving for, and that's what we waiting on. Because you know, we don't have much. We don't have much in this world, you know, to be worried about it, to be just to die for. Ain't nothing in this world to die for, you know what I'm saying? Not if you, maybe if you got a carnal mindset, if you spiritual, got the spirit of Yahawashi thriving in you, ain't nothing in this world to die for. We waiting on that new heaven and new earth, man. And I always say that because that's the truth, man. That's as good as point blank period, as good as it gets. The new heaven and that new earth, man. We just gotta strive for it, okay? And I'm gonna close it out with this script. This is another good precept I love. Book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or land, for my name's sake, that name is Yahawashi, because it's in red, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And that's beautiful. Receive women, children, wives, land, you know, 100-fold. 100-fold, man, in the land of heaven. And have everlasting life, forever, never dying, immortal. Many that are first shall be last, and last shall be first, man. With that, we're going to give all glory, all praise to Yahawashi, you know, just thanking him for all the blessings, you know what I'm saying? Everything for guidance in his life, for these tough times we go through, and just putting his spirit into us, you know what I'm saying? Giving us that mindset, not that carnal mindset, but that spiritual righteous mindset. And you know, faith by works is dead. You know, just keep striving, oxyms in this truth. Keep doing what you know is do what you know to do right, man. And hey, man, it's beautiful in this truth. It's lovely in this truth. It feels a good feeling waking up in the morning, know what you know. Like I said, man, just stay, you know, stay good, stay strong. It's real with that. Shalom.